Welcome back to another session of Creating Art Over 70, the Survivor Pastel Painting with Signed Rufus. Uh, let's just get right into it. The original introduction didn't get recorded, so I'm inserting this. So let's just get right to the painting. Thank you so much for watching. Blessings. One really nice thing about painting also is, it's like, you don't always have to go in the same direction. You can always adjust and change. That's the beauty of it. It's gonna be fun trying to get that glow in here. I could see it in my mind, and I'm just laying in the lights and the dark so I can truly try to accomplish that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice to see happen. I think my next piece I'm gonna do, because I was thinking about that while I was relaxing, taking a break, and after I was done looking at this piece and identifying which direction I wanted to go with the next session, this section, and the piece in general. I think a little bit about what's the next piece I want to do. I think I want to do a charcoal piece next. It's time for me to revisit compositions, and I have these books. I bought a few books on different things, and one of them talks about drawing and composition. They're really inking books for like doing like comic strips or something like that, but they go heavily into the composition, and so that's why I picked them up. And so I want to revisit that. And so while doing that, I could work on a charcoal piece, because when they talk about composition, it's mostly in black and white. So, well, it is in black and white because it's really written pretty much for inking. So I have a piece in mind that I want to do, but I'm going to sit down and do some sketches, some concept sketches and some thumbnails first before I jump into that piece. I think I think I'll record it. There are a number of good books though I've read with respect to art, and and I just didn't get the books that are related to the subject that I'm working with, like pastel. I got inking books or painting books, a few of those, graphic design, those type of things. But you could find all this information on do a good web search, right? But sometimes I'm old school about some things, like a good book, those type of things. Okay, what's truly nice about pastels too is when you layer, how the colors blend. They just blend for you. So, if I was talking about deep planning in one of the sessions, and the deep planning is exactly that. When I'm layering colors, I want to know what's going to come out on top, and also which color to lay down that I want to bleed through, those type of things. So I'm enjoying it. I can see. I really like how the piece is guiding me. Yes, it's such a good feeling when you just painting away, and the flow is just there. It's just responding to you so well. a lot of the work I'm doing this session is layering. So I think I'm probably going to do a lot of layering with the pans, and then come back over the top with the pencils and do some layering where I start really just kind of sculpture out maybe some of the sculpture out a little bit, maybe a little bit of the cancer cells detail, even though I'm not trying to make it the dominant piece of the subject of the painting. Give it a little bit of a presence, since it does play a major role in the story. So yeah, I'm focused. I'm gonna focus heavy on trying to lay in preparation for the glow. Since I don't really have an actual pink pan pastel or pink pencil, it's gonna be a little bit of work. But hey, that's what this is all about. The journey. Okay, I'm gonna call this a session. Um, I I worked on quite a bit in this piece. I really tried to define a lot of the detail in the cancer cell in this session. And I worked in the lighting that's illuminating the top and tried to give it a look of shadow underneath without really truly washing it out. So some of the light is still bouncing back, okay, on it. So I left some of the illumination. I might go in and drop a hint of the red oxalox or the um, tinted purple or something like that in here to show bounce reflective lighting. But anyway, and then I started to lay in for the glow effect. I put in some magenta, and I'm gonna come in on top of that. I'm hoping that white will give it that glow effect. This is experimental now. Understand that I haven't done this actual process like this before, so I've done it something similar to it in lighting, putting the glow around street lights in a night scene. So I did that, but this is similar to that. So I'm thinking. So we're gonna see what happens. So I started laying in the first layer for the glow, and I'm just gonna layer and layer until we get it together. And I'm gonna try to work negative space and not so much into the actual text themselves. So the text should be able to read a lot better if I work with the negative space and bring them out, as opposed to working on them and then trying to separate them from the background or the glow effect. So I think that's gonna work. And for the ribbon, I really like the pink that I've gotten it to. This is a combination of some a pink pastel pencil that I had that I have that is not quite the actual pink, and some red iron oxidox tint. So it's really close to a pink. The red iron oxidox tint is really close to a pink, so I'm using that also. I haven't dropped any white in it as of yet, so I'm I'm probably gonna use that more so when I get to the glow effect. Some of the white. I might lay in the. Um, hmm. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to sit and think about that for the ribbon to bring its glow effect in, because I want to have a glow effect on the ribbon and the survivor um, portions of this painting. So that's the idea, and hopefully we can get there. I like the depth. The depth is working. I like the contrast that's going on inside the cancer cell. So that's working well. The background stuff is, I don't really have to do much more to that, or if anything to it. It's implying spots of cancer cells floating around in there, or dead cancer cells, or whatever we want to call them. I'm not sure actually what they're called, but anyway, I got that in the picture, and then the depth is going away. We got the leaves of the cancer cell going out into the background, the westerly direction, if you're looking at east to west, back into the paper, I should say. Okay, so I think this is a good place to stop. This is like the second session for this particular day, and so I really think I want to stop here and relax and think about this a little more, and do something else. Spend some time with my wife in there, maybe watch a movie or something like that. But anyway, that's it for this particular session. Creating art over 70, the Survivor pastel painting with signed Rufus, painting with passion. Thank you so much for watching. Blessings.